What's up guys, welcome back to another episode of Offroad Outlaws. In today's video, we're going to be buying two four-wheelers on here, the Polaris Sportsman 570 and the Polaris Sportsman 500. So let's go ahead and buy them from the dealership, so let's get this started. So the two four-wheelers that we are going to be using is this one right here. I believe this one is the 570. So we're going to go ahead and buy this one for 8 grand. And then here's this one right here. I believe this one is the 500 and we're going to buy this one for 100 gold. And not 20 grand, because that's a lot for that old four-wheeler. Alright guys, let me know down below in the comments which one you think is going to win. Honestly, I think it's going to be the 500. I think this one's going to be the one to pull out through the end of the day and actually win this thing overall. So let's go ahead and get these things like nice and built up and everything, and I'll be right back with you. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to be checking out is the tuning for these. So we're going to go straight to the dyno. And we're going to run the dyno, and we're going to compare the horsepower between these two vehicles right here. Well, actually they're four-wheelers, not a vehicle, but you know what I mean. Okay, so this one makes 60 horsepower and 45 torque, and it averages around 41 horsepower and 36 foot-pounds of torque. Now we're going to run the dyno for this blue one right here for the 570. And it looks like the 570 Sportsman actually pushes more horsepower and it averages more horsepower. So it does 65 horsepower, 48 foot-pounds of torque, 45 average horsepower, and 39 foot-pounds of torque. So what we could see there already, the blue one, the 570, definitely should be better than the 500. So we're going to go ahead and actually test both of these on a map and see how they do there. So let's go ahead and get this started. Okay guys, so the map that we're going to be using today is called ATV Parks and Trails. And the first thing we're going to test out over here for the 500 Sportsman is going to be sort of like this mud area. So let's go ahead and make our way back here through these rocks. So far it seems to be doing pretty decent on the rocks. I like the way the suspension is flexing. It's nice and smooth. Now I did add some dampening to it. Let me know down below in the comments guys which one you think is going to win compared to the off-road aspect. I did say that the 500 would probably win, but looking at the horsepower rating between both of them, I feel like the 570 might be able to do it. And it's some extremely deep mud. Look at that, the snorkels are barely rising over it. Let's go ahead and do this in first person. Oh. Okay, I don't like how you can't see like the bars and everything. This would definitely be like a good chaser camera if you're trying to do like edits for stuff. I like this. I used to use this back then whenever we did not have the drones, because whenever we didn't have the drones, I used like the first person camera in this to make my Manji trail video. So if y'all haven't seen that, I believe that's from, I want to say 2 years ago. I have a video over making my very first map, sort of like my very first trail map, and it's called Manji Trails. So if y'all would like to go check out that video, it is on my channel. It looks like this 500 Sportsman did go ahead and make it up that. And then the first thing we're going to test once we get up here is going to be one of these hill climbs. So let's go ahead and get over to a hill climb. Alright guys, so we have reached the hill climbs. Now this one, as you can see, there are barriers on the ground. So we will be going up to the left and we'll be going up to the right. So the first thing we're going to test is going up here to the right. This is going to be in high gear. So let's go ahead and get up this mountain, or this little hill. Come on 500. Look at that, it just like easily walks this thing. I don't think that hill was steep enough for this. Oh, look at that air. That was crazy. I'm surprised I landed that. Okay, let's go ahead and test out this second side right here. So let's see if we can get up this. Come on. Okay, so this side is definitely a tad bit harder. This is definitely really fun to go up if you're in like a two-wheel drive truck or something. I mean, it is extremely steep. Alright guys, now the final test that we are going to be doing is the rock climb, or sort of like the caverns over here. This is going to be on the very right side when you spawn into the map. So let's go ahead and get this one started. Honestly, we should have probably done this one first, so that way the vehicle's not all muddy. Or the four-wheeler. Same thing. Okay, don't want too much air. Don't want to hit a rock and knock the dude out. Now I've played this map quite a few times with like multiple different, vehicles, four-wheelers, ATVs and all that stuff. So this map can definitely hold like some full-size vehicles, but like this crawling back here would be kind of difficult if you're in a full size, because you know you have to like squeeze through all this, but it is possible because I have done it before. I'm actually very surprised on how good this thing's doing. Either it's the rig or it's the driver. And as I say that, it like starts sinking. Come on, come on, come on. You got that, you got that. That was a deep mud hole right there. Come on. I'm actually very surprised there are trees here. I did not place these here whenever I made this map a long time ago. So you can imagine if you were trying to do this in a full-size vehicle, that would be extremely difficult right there. But I mean, the map was made for four-wheelers and ATVs. Okay, here is a crazy downhill. See if we can maneuver through this. Dude, this thing is like amazing. Like, it's doing so good. Okay, here's a steep rock climb. Oh. Okay, I can't say anything, but I know we're bouncing up it. Oh. I spoke too soon. I just like straight up jumped it. This is probably definitely not what you should be doing, is hauling ass through all of them. Well, we did make it. Well guys, we're going to go ahead and bring the 570 Sportsman on here, and we're going to see what it can put up to the test and see if it can outdo the 500 Sportsman. Alright guys, you know the drill. We're going to hit it off on the mud side first. Now, I believe the mud was honestly too easy for the 500. It just like went through it like it wasn't even there. Looks like I did a good job at tuning suspension on the 570 because it seems to be doing pretty good also, like the way it flexes and articulates and stuff, like it's nice and smooth. So the 570 has more power, but it kind of looks like it's going through the mud just a tad bit slower. And I did lift both of these at the same height and everything. So they are sort of at like an even playing field. The only advantage the 570 would have on it would probably have to be on the hill climbs for speed. Come on 570, you got this. Straight through the deep mud hole, and we made it right out. Okay, let's go ahead and go up this first side on the right. So let's see if this one can make it. Obviously it should be able to make it if the 500 did it. Yeah, that was with ease. I think that was actually much faster than the 500. So let's go ahead and go back down this hill. We're gonna jump this. Now guys, let me know down below in the comments if y'all have played this map before. If you haven't, then you definitely need to check this map out. It's a really good map. There's a lot more to explore on it than what I'm showing you today. Okay, it kind of struggled there a tad bit, but it's still progressing much faster than the other one. Now we're going to go ahead and set off to the rocks, and we'll see what it does there. Alright, we are at the rocks. We're just going to go ahead and progress our way through this. Okay, it is definitely much faster. I'm actually having second thoughts. I feel like the 570 definitely is more, you know, more dominant than the 500 Sportsman would be. I mean, it definitely pushes way more horsepower. Look at that, it just jumped over it. The other one I kind of like wasn't able to jump. I didn't get enough power for that. Let me know down below in the comments guys if y'all have any four-wheelers of your own in real life, and if you go like trail riding with them, or if you ever do one-to-one trail riding. Okay, it looks like the four-wheeler was getting kind of stuck there. I think the 500 did a little bit better on that spot where I just got stuck at. Oh, okay. That is the first time I have fell off on a four-wheeler today. Well, that means that this one is definitely not as safe as the 500. And here's the steep hill climb that we were messing up on.
6.5 hours later.
Well, that was fairly easy. Now we're going to go ahead and do a drag race and see which one is faster that way. So I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, so what we're going to be testing here is the top speed. So let's see which one can go faster. Obviously, I think the 570 is going to win this one. Let's see how fast this thing can go. Dang, so far it's already doing over 60 miles per hour. That's pretty quick for a four-wheeler. Look at that, it's already getting up to 100. And there we have it. We got up to 122, 123 with the 570 Sportsman. Let's go ahead and jump right into the 500, put it to the test, and see if it's faster than the 570. Alright guys, we have the 500 Sportsman. Let's go ahead and get this started and see how fast this thing goes. So off the bat, it already takes off pretty quick. Dang, look at that thing go. It's already doing 70, 80 before the 570. I wonder why, because this one definitely pushes less horsepower than it. Let's see what its top speed can do. Oh, 118, and my dude flew out. Okay, so it definitely like took off a little bit faster, but it did not hit as high as the top speed as the other one did. It was pretty close though, it was right there, just a few mile per hours away. Alright guys, so there you have it. I'd have to say the 500 Sportsman definitely wins this competition right here. This one, only thing it did have the advantage of was just being slightly faster at the top speed. Well, let me know down below in the comments guys which four-wheeler you think is best in your opinion. I'm gonna go with the 500 Sportsman. Besides that guys, please be sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications.
On the weekends.